Hello, good day, and welcome to the MIT820 Group 1 seminar presentation. This seminar presentation is going to talk about a project that we developed from the group. The project is titled A Simple Inventory Management System. Yeah, this project is supervised by the supervisor, Mr. Kamal Bakari Jilal. So I'm going to log into the folder of the development. This is the folder of the system, and we have three folders here. They have three subfolders. We have the core folder. This talks about uh, this folder is where the program was written into. We call this folder. This project was developed using Python. It's a Python based is a Django based system, and this folder here is the Django development, the app code, and we have the inventory system here, which is the Django settings for the system. The media folder here is for storage of our images, videos, and pictures for the system. And we have this database here, database using SQLite. We have the launcher app, the manage app, the icon, the readme text, and the server log. So from the readme text, the readme text we introduce the the system to any user trying to run the system. Here it talks about the overview that this inventory management system is a Django powered web application designed for desktop use. It includes a launcher that starts with the server and open the system in a browser. No installation is required, it runs locally on your machine. And let's talk about the system requirement. We have the operating system, Windows 10 to 11, this will be recommended. Python version uses Python 3.9 or later. The RAM is at least 2 gig RAM, and the disk space is 300 megabytes. Internet access is not required. It's fully offline. And this also talks about the folder structure and the setup instructions and the likes. So now let's start this system. So we double click on the launcher app, and the launcher opens a frame here that will start the server for us. And once the server is started, you will launch it in the browser. This is the home page. Here we are going to supply with our login details. I will first log in with the admin interface. This application has three interfaces. We have the admin interface, the manager interface, and the staff interface. So I'm going to start with the admin interface by logging in with admin@admin.com and using the password. Then I will click on login. So once the system verifies that the credentials I supply are correct, it will allow me to log into the system. Here we have about 7 things on the dashboard. There we have the information about the total number of users created for this software. We have total number of orders created. We have total number of products available, and then we have a link to each one of them. We have the users, the products, the categories, and others. Same thing here. We also have the home, the users, products, categories. This is report and orders. So let me start taking them one by one. We have the users. Here is the users information here. So I can add more users. I can search for users, and I can edit and delete users. So let me try adding user here. Click on add user. I'll say Kamal Bakari. I say Kamal at admin.com. Then password. I'll input a password for it. Then the role I'm giving Kamal will be as a manager. And I click on save. And then the user's details will be created successfully and is listed here. Then I'll go back to my home tab. I can click on products. Here I can see the available product that has been added to the system. I can add more products. I can search for products. I can edit products, and I can as well delete products. So let me try to add products. Click on add products. I'll add a product. I'll call it laptop. Then it will generate the SKU for the product. Since the category is not yet created for the laptop, I will go to the categories tab, then click on add category. I'll call it laptops. Now save. Then go back to my products, add products, call it Dell G715 laptop. I'll call it, it's under category of laptop. Price is 2.5 million. Quantity available is let me call it 11 quantity. Then it will ask me for the image. If I have the image of the laptop, I can as well just attach it to it here. Let's see if I have an image. I can do that. Let's use this, and then we click on save. And now the system has added the new product into it, and we have it in stock. And from, well, there's one thing in particular about this is that we have a trigger for low stocks, and we set our low stock to be at 10 for everybody. And if we want to edit them, we edit that from the database for individual product. If I want to edit the number of, let's say for this one, I want to edit these stocks from 10 to, let me call it 4, and I click on save. Now it shows low stock. But if I want to show that this product as 4 is not a low stock, I can either just go to the server, the database, and edit the database, and I will click on browse data products. Low stock level here, I'll change it to 2. Then I will commit my changes, close it, and I refresh this table. And here my 4 that was at low stock is now changed to in stock, which means 2 is now my low stock level for this laptop. And next thing to do is to create orders. I can go to click on orders. I can create orders, I can search for orders, I can modify orders, and I can as well delete orders. So let me click on create order. So for each order, I need to put the customer's name. I'll call this, I'm using Odoaya as a customer, purchasing laptop, purchasing 2 of these laptops. So Odoaya is paying 5 million for this order. And if I want to add more products, I can just click on add product, add this money, buying 2. We have 100 in stocks, and we are buying 2, which means 98 will be available after this order is placed. Then now order placed successfully. So if I go to all my orders, I will see the order I just created now as this. And if I go to report, then I will see that today's report, this today's sales is 5,002,290. So you can see the graph showing the sales level. So I can check for today. So since morning, it's only called the time the order is placed. I can see that the order is placed around 9 p.m. So I can as well also export this report by clicking on from time I wanted to export this report, and I'll click on download CSV. And if I check my laptop in my system now, the report has been downloaded. I can open it, and I will see that this is the report as what of the orders that were created for the day. You can see time they both were created. They created by who? By the admin, and the amount. So going forward, let's see if we can log into now. After I was able to sell 2 laptops now, and we know that we've put in our stock level for laptop to be 2. Now an alert is shown for me here that low stock alert. I have 9 apples, that means, and 10 is the minimum here. So basically I need to restock this as soon as possible. I have two laptops available as well, so I need to restock them as soon as possible. So I can as well now click and sign out from here and then log in using another interface for the manager. And log out, then log in using see the same interface, the same login interface, but different interface based on the role. And then it checks my credentials and tells me that my credentials are wrong. So I need to supply the correct now that this user cannot be able to sign in. So the best thing for him to do is to contact the admin, and the admin will reset the password for the user. So you click on login using the admin. The admin goes to the users, now checks this is the user we're talking about, and the admin will change the password to something different and save. Now the user will be able to log in now using the new credentials, and now we have the interface for the manager. So the manager interface is different from the admin interface. The manager interface, we have the products, the categories, and the report. The manager here is the stock manager we're talking about. The admin is the supermarket manager or the supermarket owner. So that is the admin. And here we have, for the function of the first stock manager is to add stocks. It will populate the system with the stocks that is available, that is just brought in by the suppliers. So here the manager here is concerned with categories and products. So the manager will add more products, and we also create more categories as needed. And the manager can also see the sales report on the system, weekly, daily, any day. You can just search from days, and then you'll be able to filter everything out, and then be able to make report on it as well, download and use for his own consumption. So I can as well also log out from here, then try to log in as using the client interface, which is for the cashier or the customer rep. So this interface here is the interface for the cashier, and the cashier is concerned about order management. The cashier or the customer rep is person who takes in orders from the customer. So his own responsibility, one major function is just to create orders. And then also the cashier does not have the responsibility of deleting orders. That is the responsibility of the admin. The admin can only delete order that the cashiers have made. Maybe they made an error, or they want to make a refund. The refund must be approved by the admin before that can be done. So as such, the only action here for the cashier is just to view any order placed. They cannot delete once the order has been placed. So the cashier can place an order, and the name is, let's say this is name, and then the product is laptop 1. We have to, so if I take quantity to be 3, I will get a notification that my order, no, so it say not enough stock for the click 2 order created field, insufficient stock. It tells me that I don't have sufficient available. What I have available is 2, and then I cannot place order for 3 when we have only 2 available in stock. So that's one of the check and balance that we put in the system to always give us to help us check what we have in stock before you could make any order placement. So here I'll click on 1, and then I'll click on place order. So I'll have to take the name again, the log on, and click on place order. Now the order has been placed. and the cashier can only view the order and then print it out to the customer. That is what the cashier can only do. So this is about the software that we developed for this project MIT820, and thank you very much for watching.